Dr. Mavis again. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you have subscribed and you're sharing with your community so that we're learning together. In this video, I want to talk about working on your fear. Working on your fear. What are some of the fears you have? What are some of the fears you've had? You have. I think we've seen, there's a meme that I've seen that, fear is actually an acronym for some extent for forget everything and run, and for other face everything and rise. Face everything and rise. What does fear mean for you? What does fear mean for you? So working on your fears, why does that matter? So one of the interesting things that I've realized is that if you are afraid of spiders or snakes, fear is fear. So whatever fears you may have, they sort of set the emotional set point for that particular emotion, right? So if you're afraid of snakes, right, or spiders, it has a tendency of affecting the way you react or respond to fear in other aspects of your life. I don't know if that is making any sense. So if you're afraid of spiders, that set point, that fear set point, will have an impact on the reactivity you have around anything else that it triggers fear in your life. It can be money, it can be a relationship, because you already have a high emotional set point or fear set point as a result of all the other fears you may have. And that is why it's critical to focus on working on your fears. Working on your fears. How do you work on your fears? You want to be able to choose low-stakes activities to be able to work on your fears. So, for example, I had a fear of heights. And so what did I start to do to work on my fear of heights? And I could see how this fear of heights also impacted the fears I had in other aspects of my life. It set the emotional tone or the emotional set point for fears in other aspects of my life. So I started working on my fear of heights. And how I did that, the first thing is I did bungee jumping. I did things like zip lining. I did things like micro slides. I did things like climbing Kilimanjaro because I had these fears. And I realized that the more I did these low stakes activities, the more my fear decreased. So I no longer am as scared of heights as I used to be. But I also realized that the ripple effects of working on that fear in other aspects of my life is I'm more courageous, I'm more brave, I'm more prone to be taking things that may have looked like risks before and be able to manage the fear that comes with it. So work on your fear. What are some of the fears you have? Can you choose low stakes, whether it is a conversation, low stakes activities to work on your fear so that you reduce your propensity to avoid risks, because the same fear can impinge or can impede your ability to take risks, even if they are business risks or financial risks, for example. Work on your fear. What are your fears? Thank you for tuning in.